trim 3 Alpha Bravo, clear to land, runway 18 Meigs.
The sun rises over Lake Michigan, and another day begins at Chicago's unique lakefront airport, Meigs Field. One of Chicago's most recognizable landmarks, this day will bring more than 150 flights into and out of Meigs, literally minutes away from corporate boardrooms, sales offices, and chic restaurants, as well as McCormick Place and the United Center, where untold millions of dollars in business deals will be transacted, bringing thousands of jobs to the economy. Because of its incredibly convenient location, Chicago is uniquely positioned to boast this business asset in a day and age when every competitive edge can mean the difference between success and vitality or economic stagnation.
And I would venture to say that many mayors and city councils in this state would love to have an airport at the front door of their city to bring in business each and every day that Meigs Field brings into Chicago.
Indeed, many cities like Cleveland or Toronto are actually expanding their close-in lakefront airports because they recognize their economic value.
Well, for openers, let this business jet get by us. This guy is probably coming into town to spend $3 or $4 million. And you'll notice this insignificant airport that's not at all important is lined with corporate airplanes. And I'll tell you something else. The acting aviation commissioner said it's only another 10 minutes by car from here to Midway. I'd love to drive him on that ride because I don't think you can do it. And I don't care whether you're talking about 9 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock at night, or any time in between. It just ain't going to happen. That's foolish.
We routinely come in here, and it's a very convenient facility, and our customers go right downtown. It's a very short drive. You can't ask for a better facility for getting people to where they want to be now.
It's the perfect reliever airport. Our passengers, we get a request for this airport more than any other Chicago airport. The main reason being it's a short cab ride downtown. Everybody does business downtown.
Meigs may not be the biggest engine that drives the city of big shoulders, but it is a little giant.
These are not your typical passengers on an airline. Very often they're heads of companies, they're people who are going to make decisions on buying goods or buying services, or people who are coming to trade shows that are very important to make those trade shows successful. So it will have a very negative impact, I think, on the overall economic well-being of the city of Chicago.
Northerly Island is home to Meigs Field, with its adjacent tourist, recreation, and convention facilities. Truly a crown jewel in Chicago's lakefront landscape in more ways than one. Besides its invaluable worth to the business community and Chicago's economy, Meigs Field has become a tourist attraction in its own right, a sort of living museum of aviation, which has the potential to be developed much further. How many of us can say we've never taken time to watch the takeoff by a Learjet over the planetarium, or admire 10,000 pounds of steel gracefully touching down at this scenic airfield?
Coming down here and seeing the planes land at Meigs is part of the attraction to coming to the lakefront here. I would certainly miss it.
Many a lazy afternoon has been spent by generations of youngsters who stare in awe and dream dreams to inspire our leaders of tomorrow. Just how popular, how inspiring is Meigs Field? Ask one of the thousands of aviation buffs who use Microsoft's home flight simulator.
It's beautiful. I mean, it has the lake overlayer and the skyscrapers and all the boats moving in and out. And my dad and me have always flown like thousands of times in and out of Meigs Field on the flight simulator, and I know a lot about Chicago from that too. Someday I actually want to come here and fly on an airplane, and remember I used to do it on the flight simulator, and so I can do it for real. Go out to the Sears Tower and come back.
It's no small coincidence that this majestic airport is the home airport for Microsoft and the most used. Why then would we take this symbol of Chicago and throw it away?
I think it's great that you can zip right into the
the city and be here, and it's just hop, step, and a jump from downtown. So it's super. I like Meigs Field.
Oh, I don't really see the benefit in closing it. Economically, I don't think it makes any sense.
I think it should be kept open. I think it's a civic treasure.
And just who uses Meigs? Is Meigs Field used only by the elite? Strangely enough, during the Democratic National Convention, the city found it useful enough to keep it open round the clock to accommodate delegates, guests, and officials. Is there a double standard? Is Meigs only used by millionaire playboys for a dinner on the town? The facts show that that's not the case. Using a city formula, Meigs generates more than $50 million to the economy and produces more than 1,500 direct jobs. And experts who are honest know the figure is much, much higher.
People coming into Meigs have come into our offices and have been responsible for hundreds of millions of dollars in business on one deal. Might be the acquisition of a company, might be a lot of things, but Meigs, clearly makes it very convenient to use Chicago as a base.
I think that Meigs plays a real role in serving at least the business community of Chicago. And I think it would be a big mistake to shut that down. By and large, I have supported Mayor Daley and his initiatives. I think they have been in the best interest of Chicago. This one surprises me because I don't think it is representative of the kind of decision-making he's been making in the best interest of the city.
Every major Chicago newspaper, the Tribune, Sun-Times, and Cranes, after exhaustive study, has concluded that Meigs Field is a valuable asset to Chicago. Even the FAA, for decades, had vigorously supported Meigs Field. Of late, however, Washington officials have suddenly and mysteriously changed their mind for no apparent reason. What's really going on here?